Oh my god, everybody. They actually did it. The rumors were true. And it turns out The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, the first, is actually getting a remake. Which is one of the biggest surprising news of the 2025, games that are coming. And also the fact that this was in a partner direct, by the way. Like, nobody was really expecting anything special out of the partner direct, except for the wondrous amount of JRPGs that came out on the direct, like Atelier, or fucking remastered editions, or even the part that, yeah, I'm very excited, even Tales of Grace 2, but yeah, the biggest news is definitely gotta be Trails in the Sky the first. Oh, obviously, in the Nintendo Direct of America, it didn't really show, but those are great 10 seconds of fame, by the way. Especially with the millions of people that were watching the Nintendo Direct reacting for an indie showcase with the partner showcase. Like, I'm very excited to try this game for the first time. And yes, as you guys know, I've already watched the Sky playthrough from 1 to 3 from Twit Gamer. Yes, his videos are very slow, I get it, but it was technically the only way for me to, like, watch people play Sky, and I wasn't interested in buying it for my PC because, let's be real here, I want to play all my Trails games in the fucking, like, PlayStation, and that's where it's originated from too, so you ain't getting that PC used anytime for those Sky games, so I chose not to. So finally, I have a reason to play the Sky games for the first time. If they just remake the first game, then the second game, then the third game, which I'm very excited about, to be honest. And, like, honestly, the game looks... I'm curious what they're gonna implement, because as we saw, yeah, the combat itself, they're really focusing on, like, the action style combat, like they did with Daybreak or Curl 1, and now they're trying to apply it for this game, which is very interesting, to say the least. It does seem to be that the lore is probably gonna change the way it's gonna be, especially with how the combat system needs to be explained, how it really evolves itself. It's like, oh, the 3 Sky games have has this action-based combat, and then you realize, oh wait, what the fuck? Why did Zero and Azure get somehow back to turn-based and not action-based or something like that? They're gonna have to really explain that way, since if they're gonna go showcase a new kind of battle system, I'm just curious to know how the hell they're gonna explain away, like, oh, we never actually intended to have a combat system like this, but, like, hell yeah. Honestly, Estelle looks good, Joshua looks good. I'm very excited to at least finally get a chance to finally play Sky first, which is the series which the story really starts. Well, it really doesn't matter to if you really want to play this as your first game. You can play Daybreak as your first game, you can play Cold Steel as your first game, you can play Crossbow as your first game. Like, it really doesn't matter to me. Like, when it comes to any specific, there are obviously Sky first is the first game that comes to mind because, like, well, it's story canonically the first game you should try. But I actually give a shit about that kind of thing. I let people play what they play, and it's not my myself to criticize how you play the game. Just as long as you're playing the game, that's all that fucking matters. So I know I'm swearing a lot at this video, but yeah, I'm very excited for Trails in the Sky the first. Honestly, with the news that I saw, I'm seeing a lot of showcases with the fact that in the Japan version, it was a little bit longer too, and the Japan version itself it was a longer version with a lot of features that were introduced, the combat system, including the fact that, well, the game looks actually pretty nice for a remaster. I'm curious about the pricing though. Maybe it could be like $39.99. Maybe they'll probably just make it like a expensive $60 game. It's like, nah, there's no way. I know the story itself is pretty short when it comes to Sky games because, like, there's a lot. Even though people say there's a lot of dialogue, the game goes by quicker from the perspective I've seen out of playing both cross-spell games. So I'm very curious to see how it's implemented, and, like, the fact that we're finally getting remasters of these games is finally showcasing. Maybe these will be the worldwide releases. Finally, after asking for so long, we're finally getting worldwide releases. Hopefully a worldwide release date for Trails in the Sky, the first remake. I'm not too sure if they'll do that, but we'll see. I can only pray because like I've been asking for worldwide release dates for so long, and yeah, it's finally happening. And yeah, I'm curious to know what kind of details they're gonna implement out. I'm sure we're probably gonna get more details later soon from the likes of fucking like our insider sources, especially the fact that, well, I'm very interested to see where it goes, because we do have Kai no Kiseki coming out next year. We don't know if it's gonna be the final game, but I'm very excited because they did mention that it's using Xseed's translation as a base. So thank God they're using Xseed's translation as a base for this game, and it's the same dialogue from what I've seen from like previews, pictures. And yeah, thank God that Hatsu's not fucking touching this game. If she does touch this game, then so be it. Then I'll be upset with myself, but I won't get too much upset. But like, yeah. But honestly, finally, I'm very excited for Trails in the Sky the First. And yeah, I don't know how much news I'll be really covering about that game. I do note that I will definitely be playing it once it does come out 2025. You can definitely be sure that I'll be ready to play, because it is the only series that I have not touched on my touched yet. And I didn't want to play the PC version, as I said, and now I can finally play it, hopefully on my PlayStation, if they announce the consoles to PlayStation. Well, so yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited for Sky First. I know I'm talking about that game too much for so long, but I'm just excited. Especially with the JRPGs. This is a win for JRPGs, honestly. So, yeah. Hopefully I see you guys all next time. Maybe, I don't know. If we can cover news, who knows? That, yeah. I'm looking forward to see how Sky the First is going to turn out. And I'll see you guys all next time.